my channel, I have been wanting to film a tutorial on how to rent DVC points for quite a while, and I finally took the time to actually screen record myself walking through the process of booking a Disney vacation through renting DVC points. So I thought it would be helpful to actually watch someone go through the steps of how to rent DVC points, because I get so many questions on how does it work, how do you rent points, what are DVC points. So again, I hope this is helpful, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy videos like this. So thanks for watching.
So the first thing I'm going to do is go to David's DVC website, which is dvcrequest.com. And if this is your first time ever going through this process, I would recommend going to the rental process tab first, and it explains everything in a great amount of detail, which I love. So I definitely took advantage of this the first couple times I rented points. So I just love that they give you a ton of information. They have this FAQ tab right here. So a ton of helpful links over here on the side. So before you get started in the process, definitely check out some of these tools here. They're really, really helpful. So once you feel like you kind of understand the entire process of how it works and you feel good about it, the first thing you're going to do is head to the cost calculator tab. And this is where all of the resorts are listed. There's calendar, everything from Disney World, Disneyland, Hilton Head, Vero Beach, and Ulani. All of the DVC properties are listed right here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is you can kind of mess around with the dates. So I'm going to do a mock vacation for you so you can see what it looks like to actually walk through the process of renting points from start to finish. So I'm going to move these dates out. So let's plan as if I'm going to plan my September trip for next year. So let's say I'm going to go September 7th through the 13th. So, and right up here, it'll confirm your dates, 6 nights, and then I can scroll down and it actually gives the price point, which I love. I'm not having to do the math. It does it for you on the back end, and it's really, really helpful. Other websites tell you how many points your stay is going to cost, and then you have to do the math yourself based on the current cost of those points and add it all up. And I love that David's does it for you. I'm not having to do any additional work to try to figure out how much is my vacation going to cost. It just flat out tells me. So I love that about David's. So I'm just going to focus on Disney World for the sake of this video. So as you can see, it will list out the type of view, and if you kind of hover over it, it'll give you a little explanation if you're not quite sure what that view is. And then all the way from studio, 1 and 2 bedroom, grand villa, treehouse, bungalow, cabin, everything is listed here. So let's say that I'm interested in something that is just really, really affordable. So I'm looking for the most affordable options. So that would obviously be Animal Kingdom Villas, the Value Studio. What else? Boardwalk Villas, the Standard View. That's a pretty good price. Old Key West, Saratoga. So those would probably be, let's say those are my top 3 choices. Old Key West, or top 4. Old Key West, Saratoga, Boardwalk, and Animal Kingdom Villas. So what I would typically do is have a pen and paper off to the side. I would write down the dates I'm currently looking at, the resort, and the price, and the view. And if I wanted to see if I could get the price a little bit lower, I could mess around with the dates. So let's see if I stay from a Sunday to a Saturday, if that changes the price. And we're still 6 nights. Okay, no, it doesn't look like it affected that at all. So let's see if we do Monday through a Sunday. So that makes the price go up a little bit because I'm staying more weekend days. So I'm going to change it back to the 7th through the 13th, and you can see the price go down just a little bit. So I'm going to stick with these dates, and let's say that I have decided I've done all of my tallying up on the side as to what I want, and I have everything decided. So from here, I would scroll back up and go to the reservation form. And here is where there's a ton of information listed here as well. And on number 2, I'm going to click on the reservation form tab. And here is where I would actually input the dates I'm wanting to go, and I would be able to select the resort I'm wanting to stay at. So I'm going to go back to those dates that we had decided on, the 7th through the 13th. So yes, 6 nights. So let's say my first choice. So your first choice is really important because you do have to submit a refundable deposit of $112, and it's only refundable if your resort is not available. So that's the thing. You really want to make sure that whatever you put down as your first choice, you are ready to book that. So instead of listing, these are my top 3, but I really wanted to stay at my third choice, because if your first or second one's available, those are the ones they're going to book. They're not going to book your third choice first. It sounds obvious, but I've heard of people who have been in that scenario. So make sure that whatever you put down as your first choice, you are actually ready to book that. So let's say that Boardwalk is my first choice, and I'm going to do a studio standard view. So it confirms the price right here. I have the ability to select if I want wheelchair accessibility. We'll say no, we'll just leave that blank. And then here is where I have the option to add on additional resorts. So this is where, in case Boardwalk is not available, I'm asking them to book my second choice. And it gives you that disclaimer here. So let's say, yes, I understand, please allow. And here's where you're able to book or list out your second, third, or fourth choice. So let's say my second choice, we'll say Animal Kingdom Villas, studio value. And my third choice, let's say I really want to stay at Animal Kingdom Villas, so we're going to select a different view. We'll do a Savannah view in case the value is not available. And again, it confirms the price, and I'm just going to leave my fourth choice blank. So next step, and here is where you would input all of your personal information. So I'm going to leave that blank just for the sake of the video. We'll go next. And here's where you can add on how many guests are going to be coming and staying with you. And once you've selected how many, we'll say we're just adding 1, you have the option to add in their personal information as well. So next. So obviously it's saying that my status is incomplete because I haven't filled anything out. But if you had gone through all of the steps in the process of filling in all of your personal information, all of this would show up with a check mark and green, and you would have a link pop up right here on the bottom that just would say confirm. And then you could expect an email saying that someone will be in contact with you regarding your reservation. So that's it. I mean, it's really, really simple. And I think this process can be intimidating because it's so unfamiliar. And I totally get that. And so I wanted to do this video to show how easy it really, really is. So there's other forms on here as well. Once your reservation has been confirmed, you would then pay the difference of your deposit. So that deposit would go towards your vacation. You're not paying anything in addition to that. So once they've confirmed your reservation, you've already paid your deposit. They would send you a link to this, but just again, for the sake of this video, you can click on the payment form. You would have a specific link. So right here, amount being paid, it gives you the option to fill in your whatever amount you're wanting. If it were an actual reservation, it would have a fixed amount listed right here where the blank box is, and it would tell you how much you owe. And this is where you could finish up your payment for your trip. So that is pretty much it. And again, like I mentioned, there's a ton of helpful resources right here on the left-hand column. One that I really, really like is where did it go? The When to Book tab. I love this. If you are new to renting points, this is super helpful to kind of skim through. It allows you to see whatever time period that you are booking at, what resorts you should be booking that will go quick. So if you are booking 11 months out, these are the studios and the villas that fill up really, really quick. And then it goes all the way down 10 months, 9 months, 8 months, all the way down to 1 to 2 months. So this is a really, really helpful tool if you are even planning a last minute trip 3 months or less. It'll kind of let you know what you can expect to be available. So that way we're putting in a request 2 months out for the Polynesian and, shockingly it's not available. You can kind of go into it already anticipating, okay, that's probably not going to be available. Here's a more realistic resort that I could request. So I love this tab. This is really, really helpful. So that is it. And again, it's super easy. This process is really simple, and I love how much information they give you. All of your questions can be answered right here on this website, this FAQ tab. When I first rented points, I think I read through every single one of these questions and answers. So they have a ton of information, and they just are great. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you are kind of feeling a little bit better about renting points and just have some more peace of mind about the entire process.
Okay, so that's it. Easy enough. I tried to keep it really basic and as easy to follow as possible. So if you are somebody who's wanting a little bit more detail about how DVC points work, how that whole system works, definitely check out those links that I referenced on David's website, because it'll give you some more detail as to how they come up with those totals and things like that. So definitely go check that out. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for joining, and that's it for today. So I'll see you next time. Bye.